Welcome back to One Test Wonders. I know it's been a long time since I've done one of these, but I am back and we are ready to go. My name is Safile. As I said, this is One Test Wonders in cricket. Let's go. There has been thousands of cricketers to play Test match cricket. England alone has almost 700 different players throughout their 144 years of playing Test cricket. There has been very few players to have only played one Test matches in their career. These guys are known as the One Test Wonders. There has been many notable One Test Wonders over the years, so to kick it off again, let's do one of the biggest One Test Wonders. The West Indies is one of the most successful and historic cricket teams in the history of the sport. They have great batsmen over their history, including the player Brian Lara, who has the highest individual test score of 400 not out, Chris Gayle and Safile Chanderpaul. I'm sorry, I probably butchered that first name. But the batsman with their highest ever test average without any criteria was Andy Ganteaume, easily one of the most interesting of the One Test Wonders. Ganteaume was born in 1921 in Belmont, Trinidad and Tobago. Ganteaume began his career as a wicketkeeper, which led to him making his first-class debut in 1941. Before we go any further, I would like to have a look at Ganteaume's first recorded match on Cricket Archive and then his first-class match. Alright, while we're at it, let's look at Cricket's archive for Ganteaume. Here we have his first recorded match, a miscellaneous match between South Trinidad and North Trinidad. Ganteaume is representing North Trinidad, and his first action was to get a stumping. When we look down to his first batting innings, Ganteaume made 18. Before being bowled by Hendrickson. He also took a catch and another stumping in his second stint as a wicketkeeper. And due to the fact that North Trinidad won by an innings, he did not have to bat a second time. Now let's look at Ganteaume's first-class match, which was Trinidad versus Barbados. We see in the first innings he didn't really do much, he didn't take a catch or anything, but when it came to batting he made a very solid 87 in his first innings in first class, took a catch in the second innings of Barbados innings, and was not required to bat in Trinidad's second innings, so similar to his first miscellaneous match. Ganteaume had to wait over a year for his second first-class game, which is a fair wait, as despite top scoring in his first match, he was left out of the team when regular wicketkeeper Shuaiku Samu returned. Ganteaume struggled to retain a position in his team in the Trinidad first-class team. The main success that Ganteaume saw when he was made to move from the batting order, from being a middle order batsman up to being an opener. A theory at the time suggested that wicketkeepers made good openers. They know the conditioning while they kept wickets. Despite his success in that role, Ganteaume did not believe this theory to be true. He did not enjoy opening the batting. Despite this, Ganteaume still managed to be a successful opener and averaged nearly 70 when he started to open with future West Indies captain Jeff Stollmer. Ganteaume had begun playing against international teams in 1947-48. He was part of a Trinidad team that played against the touring English team, scoring 101 and 47 against the English, before scoring 5 and 90 in the second game. Despite these excellent performances, Ganteaume was not selected to play for the West Indies team. However, before the first test, Jeff Stollmer picked up an injury, so a slot opened at the opening position for a batsman in the first test. Ganteaume replaced Stollmer and performed very well in his first test, which, as we know, was his only test. Ganteaume shared an opening partnership of 173 with George Carew. Ganteaume went on to score a century in his opening test innings, a rare feat in test match batting. Despite his maiden century, Ganteaume never played another test match, leaving him with a massive average of 112. He was replaced by John Goddard for the rest of the series. One of the reasons for Ganteaume being a one-test wonder was that he batted incredibly slowly, even for the period. His century took 270 minutes to get, and Ganteaume did not bat in the second innings because the West Indies required to score quickly. To put it into context in how quickly they had to score 140 runs in the 16 overs that remained in the day. That in today's standard would be hard to do. So even though he only had one innings in his only test match, it's a nice symmetry between all three of his recorded firsts. His first miscellaneous match, his first class match, and his first test match. He was only required to bat in one innings in each of them. Ganteume's scoring was so slow that during his innings, the West Indies captain sent out a note to the batsman telling him to score quicker. The match ended in a draw anyway, and it became Ganteume's first and last ever test match. Ganteaume was playing well in a time where white players dominated the West Indies cricket team. There have been several accounts that Ganteaume may have played more test matches had he been white. Ganteaume was unlucky to have his career so harshly affected by race. His single test match does so that he has a higher average than Don Bradman. There has only been one person currently to have a higher test average than him, and that is Curtis Patterson with an average of 144. Though he has played 2 test matches, so he does not classify as a one-test wonder, but it will be interesting to see if Ganteaume reclaims his record of having the highest individual average, or if Curtis Patterson will end up only representing Australia for 2 matches. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video on the one test wonder with the highest individual batting average. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing and liking. We will see you next time. I do plan on making another one before another 2-year gap. Enjoy.